Hi Gemini, this is your August 2023 Gemini Sun Moon Rising reading for this starting now. A couple things that I'm getting off of this right off the bat are some sort of sudden realization that there's hope in a family situation. There might be a gathering or a party to celebrate somebody in the family for achieving some sort of milestone. This could be a birthday, from what I'm getting from the underside of the Lenormand. Yeah, something routine about a woman or a female figure in the family and her beginnings. So it could be about a birthday. Something going on about a birthday. But let's get into your reading. Presently, you are feeling restricted in some sort of way. There could be a power dynamic in the family that is being brought up, an issue that's being brought up. This could be about anything to do with heavy responsibilities with the home, the actual house or the home, or the family in general, having to take responsibility for the family in some sort of way, or the household. If there's anybody who has any kind of toxic patterning in the family, that might be putting a strain on you in the family at this time. If there's anybody who is elderly, they might also be putting some sort of more responsibility on the family at this time, as it's a part of the cycle of life. You might come from a very traditional family, and that is being noted here. But there is some sort of heaviness in the home, in the household right now. This can also speak to building a home, because Capricorn is the builder. It is also the card of us out in the world. And so that might be a career that you do. You might be part of a contracting job of some kind. There is something about building here. There's lumber here. Maybe that's the tradition in your family. Maybe you build your own homes. Maybe you have a family business of some kind. And there's a tradition and a set of rules and restrictions of how the family operates and responsibilities within that. In the past, I see that there is some man or male figure here that's being represented by the man, who is the leader, who is the father figure, the person that is the manager of how things run. And he might have to take a break because he's not feeling very well. I have the mice card and the four swords. And there is something about a needing for rest, and this can be kind of annoying, because to him, to everybody else in the family, because he's just not used to having to be on a forced timeout. Or it's just kind of, he's very drained. He's not feeling very well. This can be about losing sleep as well over a situation having to do with stress or restraint in the family, or in the personal part of your life, your personal issues. There could be something keeping you up at night and stressing you out to some degree. But in the past, I see you had everything under control. If this is you over here, you had everything under control. You were managing things very well. But now there's a definite need to it could be burnout. It could be just being very exhausted and needing to take a break. Now, I don't have the 9 of Wands anywhere. So this can go with a more mental burnout and a need to kind of gather oneself and clear our minds because something is taking away and gnawing at us mentally. But I tend to think that because it's crossing the family and the home and the house and the devil card, that it's somebody in the family that's normally in control, or their control is becoming a little bit too power trippy and is causing you to have to take time to reflect, and it's taking away from your energy levels at this time in some sort of way. There's a taking away, there's a draining of something having to do with the family or the home. What you're thinking about is your savings, how much you've invested in something, and when is it going to be fruitful for you within your family. Maybe you've done a lot of work for your family, or you've worked in a family business as well. There's something here about the investing and the growing of something. So this can be about finances. This can be about family wealth. Families trying to save up for a home or a larger home, or there's something here about feeling restricted in the home. So it could be about a small place and you want to expand, you want to get a bigger place. The mouse is a very small and kind of tiny animal, and maybe the devil is about restriction. So it could be about having to figure out, get another bedroom in the mix, and figure out a bigger space for yourself and your family and your loved ones. So it's just very, you're thinking about your family as well, and what they're invested in and how you're investing in them, and growing the money from, it's just taking a little longer to get something off the ground, maybe in terms of the family life or the financial life, or both. What you're not aware of is that there is some sort of finding of finances, or some sort of creative thing that you do that can make money, or there's children that will be a lot of children in your family will benefit from this, or there is something about creativity, self-expression. Maybe your inner child is calling to you to do something creative that will make you money from that you used to love to do when you were a child, but you're somehow not getting that. You're not aware of that. This is also hearing about abundance in terms of a child coming into the picture, and maybe that's why we are going to be needing more space in the home. In the future, in the near future, there is heartbreak. There is some sort of division. There's a division. I can't help but think that maybe something happens where there is some sort of a cutting out of a loss of something. Someone might need to have surgery on their heart, or you would already know that this was coming down the line because we were dealing with somebody who was sick here. This is something that will be, oh, I said a fly at my head there. It's as if there's even more rest needed if this person is okay. I don't see anything too bad. I mean, that this could be a surgery that's required in order to relieve pain. There is maybe some third party situation and an involvement that is taking away from this peace. Maybe somebody's instigating some trouble in the family. It's as if you want to cut out this painful step of a process. And if this is about the selling of a family home, and having to deal with the pain of letting go of that, I don't know. I don't think it's that, but that did come up in my mind for a second. There is something that you might have to get in charge of, like family finances now. You might have to take over that. There is something about a taking away of peace that is restraining the family. There's something about it's not as peaceful as it used to be, or there's some troubles here in the family. But you're unaware that there is something you can do that can bring in abundance and prosperity back into the picture. Maybe some healing back into the picture. What you're advised to start a new practical financial beginning, something you can hold in your hand, a job. There's something here. There is a starting of a job or a commitment, a partnership. The ring is about commitments and contracts and negotiations. And it feels like there's something monetary about these contracts or negotiations. So, and it's a new beginning, and it's something that you can really grow upon. Now, I don't have the 8 of Pentacles here, but I have you thinking that you have 7 Pentacles, and then I have this 8 Pentacle here. This adds the 1 to the 8, the 7, you get the 8. The 8 is about the power behind something, the infinite ability to manifest. And it's also, the 8 of Pentacles is about a talent. And I said that you have some creative capability to make money down here. And so there is something you can do to bring in abundance, but you're not aware of it yet. I think you're going to find out about it, Gemini, over the course of this next month period. If you make jewelry, if you do anything with tools or your hands, something practical, I see that being maybe for some of you what this is. Your advice is to get into doing that, or in order to benefit the whole household or the situation, or and yourself. It will help you kind of start a new job, or get some income coming in that you can build upon even further. Now, other people see you as kind of being a loner. I'm getting she's a beauty, but she's a funny girl. Maybe people find you a bit odd at this time, that you're kind of solo Sally. There's something about you're very internal. This is a very internal card, and this is a very internal card. The Hermit usually goes off to introspect and to contemplate some sort of inner wisdom, understanding of how the world outside of him relates to what's going on inside of him, and then what he's learned about the inside of him, he can share that by shining his light or sharing his word out in the universe. It's an analysis of your inner world and how that is being reflected out externally. And so there's something here about inner beauty being cultivated, or there's some sort of gift of wisdom that people are finding you have. You have like a beautiful quietness to you. This could be talking about your eyes as well. You have a deep soul. There's something about depth here. Maybe you're not wanting to share how you feel or this part of yourself that you're learning about with other people just yet. But there's a gift that you have. You're very hyper introspective. There's a depth to your analysis, and there's a need to see that as a gift. If not, then this can be that other people might be seeing you as being hypercritical of others. Even though you have well intentions, or you mean well, you might be coming across off a little bit nitpicky. There's something here about connecting to the world around us. Maybe you feel like you can't connect right now because things are kind of crazy at home and you're very restricted in some sort of way. But it's saying that there's a gift in this. There's some sort of talent that you're going to find by when you're alone. You're going to somehow stumble upon something inside you that's going to be a talent or something you can shine outward and share with others. Your hopes and your fears. I feel like maybe home has been very restrictive and sad. And you might be hoping that you can leave the past behind and move into emotional fulfillment. I feel like you're emotionally seeking refuge from a lack of peace. There's something about needing quiet, needing something to be quiet, needing something to end. There's like peace is being taken away. There might be a lot of partying in the household as well, because the devil can be about debauchery and wildness. And I have this whip card at the bottom of the deck here. There could be a woman in the household that's difficult to deal with some stuff. going on in her life. It seems like there's this new path that's being, someone's nervous about as well, being seen as, so maybe there's a, you come from a traditional household, and there's some stuff going on at home, and you're afraid to share this talent with other people for some reason, or you're where you want to go, you're yearning for some sort of trip or sabbatical somewhere in order to get connected to something other than yourself or what's been going on in your life, to get a break. You're hoping for a break. I see, Gemini, that in the end, something happens. There's some heartbreak. And then there's an outpouring of emotion, but also being open to receive love as well. So there's like an offer of love and also a hoping to receive love. Maybe you were blocked from it's like breaking down a barrier as well, though, if I read it in a line. There is a heartbreak, but it's quickly removed. A blockage is then removed in your life, or whatever is difficult and painful is then healed by some sort of emotional guidance from someone else, or somebody who is sharing their cup of love with you in some regard. There is a cutting out of obstacles, and then there is a meeting or social event that is of purity. So like there is some sort of innocent meeting, innocence that is being brought into, or goodness or career that is being brought from a social event or gathering or social life. So through loss, through pain, through the removal of something that's causing some pain, the blockage of this man, if it is his heart, it's talking about the removal of that blockage. There is healing, and there's something about resources and the resources of the social life. This can be also talking about somebody starting a GoFundMe for somebody. I do see that because of the way the cards fall in that 11th house. There is something here about your social circle putting in together or somebody, meeting up to put in together to have a common for a common humanitarian effort towards somebody, to help somebody. And there's this really kind of interesting ending to it, where it's like whatever illusions or there's like the illusion of peace, the illusion that something is pure. There's deception that is true. It's an oxymoron, and it's falling in the 12th house. So it's also something you can't put your hands on. It's etheric in nature. So I think there's an elephant in the room, or a truth that comes out of some sort of fantasy. There's some sort of something good comes out of confusion. Now, if this is about some sort of relationship, I see that whatever infidelity, whatever third party situation is quickly removed. There is some sort of quickly cutting out or stopping of this relationship. And somebody has kind of blocked as feeling blocked in how they give and receive love. This could have came from something on social media coming to light. The truth was kind of muddled over with something, and something has come up to the surface about something in a social setting. If you were betrayed by anybody in a relationship, you might block them from communications on a social media network. Don't see that for all of you. That's very specific. The lily can be about a spiritual career. It can also, with the 7 of Cups there, it's about the art of illusion, or it has to do with ending illusions as well in order to find the truth. So somebody is a truth teller in the situation. Something is being, some kind of spiritual truth is coming through and clearing up any confusion. There is something here about peace is an illusion. There's also peace is an illusion. Peace comes from within, I think, is what it's trying to say. If you're at peace inside yourself, you can find peace in the external. You'll match up with it eventually. It'll have to happen. If you come from a family that's very restrictive or controlling, or there's some dysfunction there, I see you cutting out the blocks, saving up money to grow your own family or your own life in some sort of way, and you're cutting out anything that's blocking you in terms of what you really want, what you truly, what emotionally makes you sing, whatever's really kind of going to make you feel emotionally peaceful. This also speaks of like a spiritual career of some sort with the lily. Very interesting reading. So whatever pain there was, there is there are options in the end. There are options, and something will come up that will be right for the situation. There will be some sort of purifying of any confusion or muddledness. You will get the truth. You will get understanding. The sun is about the truth too. The truth about finances. There's a truth about finances that you might not be aware of that will be coming to light. You will get the clarity and the answers. Somebody that's been dealing with something over and over again is the answer. There's some kind of recurring pattern here for a woman in the family, or for you. There's something that's coming to the surface that's been evasive or hard to get a handle on, is getting purified, or is the truth is coming out of an illusion. I think that somebody has been restrictive and controlling in the family, or restricting or controlling finances in the family, and or the managerial side of that. And so now there's creative or being, something is being shined a light on the financial sector of the family, or the finances in some sort of way, or the creativity is coming in to help with that, to alleviate that in some sort of way. There's an alleviation of confusion. There's also, if this person, this is a grandfather or a father who's been sick in the family, and it's been putting some strife and restrictions on the family, this person may, they've been needing a lot of rest. They've been feeling very drained. It's been very draining on the family. People are saving up in the family. This is also happy memories of childhood, and just, this person may have had a lot of children, so there's a pitching together of something. It might be heartbreaking to remove this person from the situation, but I think that in the end, there is somebody who's older that will be going into some sort of institution, or assisted living of some kind. There's something here about being confused and being older as well, not having the clarity that one once had, and there being some sort of hospitalization, or some sort of assistance that's being given. And right here, the King of Cups is a doctor, so it might have been hard or difficult to get this kind of care for somebody. The King of Cups is a very caring and affectionate person he's into healing others, and that's a career thing. So that's in your career house. So that person, or you, going down that path, I can see that. Also, with your associations, the family might pitch in and make a GoFundMe or a fundraiser for this situation, in order to get the care for this elderly person in the family that needs it. This is becoming a very specific reading, so if it doesn't resonate, I'm sorry, but somebody else is out there needs to hear it. So, I mean, this person who's older might have fallen a few times and hurt themselves. And so this is the timing is now necessary to figure out something. So I believe that there's a creative way of finding the money for this person, or to help the family in some sort of way, or the health of somebody in some sort of way. To think about it from that. There's deep down there is a solution, I think, to this issue, and I do believe it involving other people, connecting with friends and associates. They have resources for you, or they're going to get you the resources that you need in order to meet with a doctor, in order to get the assistance for this person who's older and having some issues. A blockage is removed. That could be literally or figuratively, but in the end, there is some sort of resolution, and peace is brought to the situation, peace is brought to the home. This person is getting, you're getting clear about the help that they're going to get, the care that they're going to get. You might have not been able to meet up with this person right away because they were in some sort of critical care unit or something, but that blockage is being removed. Somebody's able to visit somebody. There's an event or a celebration as well that will bring in some resources or finances in some sort of way. Friends might throw a party in order to fundraise for this event. There's something about your friends and associations, and the good luck that's coming to this situation is coming from a celebration, a meeting with other people, society at large, and humanitarian efforts. This is also about the luxuries in life and enjoying an enjoyment of life, and somebody wants the quality of life of somebody, and a meeting or a family meeting or a party being thrown in order to make that happen. This is also about retirement, and this is also about getting old is just an illusion as well. This is also about the reversal of aging. If you find yourself in that kind of field of some kind, I don't know why that's coming up, but that is. Okay, let's go through the houses. Gemini, your first house, how you're portrayed, how you're being seen by others, the vibes are given off. You're very family orientated, and you're coming off as very responsible. Physically, you could be kind of private. You could be withholding of your emotions at this time, and it could be very business, or you could be looking very stern, very this is also somebody who's very I wouldn't say uptight. It can be somebody who's very formal and traditional, but you're coming across as very sturdy, somebody who's very responsible. The sexual health is kind of coming up with the Devil card, and the the privacy card. I consider the house also private, personal matters. So there could be something there having to do with that. It can be about the restricting of family as well. So it can be about contraceptives and stuff like that. This can also be about the removal of something to do with a family. So it can go many different ways in women's health. You can fill in the blank. Second house of resources and values. There is something that is draining what you thought, the peace that you thought you had in resources or the time you have. It's like you don't have enough time to sleep because you're working so much, you're not having a lot of alone time because you're taking care of things with the family, and so you're not able. The resource is time and quiet that you're lacking right now. Also, you might need to like really like meditate on something that has been draining your finances. Maybe you will find a solution to that. Something you can cut out that will help aid the financial situation. What's draining? Is there recurring recurring payments that are going through about a magazine that you don't read, that you stopped reading 4 years ago, but you still get it in the mail? Mischarges on your statements. There's things like that. You want to check the details of things, really kind of comb them over when you have time, if you can find the time, and really think about like, what do I need, what do I not need? Third house. You could be taking some trips to the bank this month, depositing some money, trying to save money. There's something here about also doing local farmers market, a local farmers market, fresh produce, growing things in the garden, in your local community garden. I see here like the inside of a tree trunk cut. I wish I could remember the word I'm looking for, but it's like 3 a.m, so that's probably not going to happen. But it's when the tree is cut a certain way where they use it for tables, the entire inside center of the tree. It's like a disc, right? And the rings tell about time. It all tells the story of the tree, and you can even figure out like what years had more water and what years had less water, and if there was a storm that damaged something, or a parasitic kind of fungus that affected the tree that year. There's something here about the aging and the history of the family, and you going or the history of some kind of financial institution, or something that is telling the time. There's like evidence of time. So I'm thinking, because the tree can be also health related, and I did say that there was some sort of something about age in this reading, that you could be getting some sort of going to a spa to do some rejuvenation. I think that you're hoping that some rejuvenation will come from this situation. There's like a vitality and a health, like trying to keep the legacy. See, look, I have the 10 of Pentacles right under here. So there's something about the history of your legacy and trying to rejuvenate yourself, to make yourself more vital. You might take a trip to a I don't know, spa. You might get some resurfacing done, work. I don't know what they do these days. I'm not really into it as much as I used to be. But there's filler, and there's different kinds of things you can do to even diet, even the taking herbs, things like that. Like you're doing something to reverse the aging process. You don't want to show your age. Maybe there's lines and wrinkles and things that you're thinking about. You're thinking about age in general. But there is some sort of thing you'll be doing in your local area that will pertain to time and waiting and vitality and growth and change of the health situation as well. This even can have to do, because it is the third house, do with like varicose veins or removing of age spots, or there's something here about time with the tree and the timing of health and all that comes with that, the aging process. And the legs are the limbs, so third house is the limbs as well. Excuse me. Okay, on to the next one. So, fourth house, children in the home, a lot of children in the home. You could be raising a couple generations of children in your family. You could be watching children for a living from your home. There's like a daycare kind of vibe with this. You could be making money from babysitting at your home. There's something here about being creative also and making money from that in the home. Yeah, so I see a lot of outdoors activities in the home, creative activities in the home in order to bring abundance and finances, or a lot of babies in the home, a lot of children coming in and out of the home. Also, a lot of pool parties. The fish can just literally be about water. So it's about going to the beach, close to home maybe, or taking the beach to you, going into getting a pool, a kiddie pool in your backyard. This can also be about just enjoying the outdoors in your own backyard. If you live by water, your home is by water. Live on the water. Fifth house. There's something here about the control of, or the managing of, some sort of empire. This man is the leader of, or your father could be significant in your creative endeavors, or in your sports life, or your team. Your father could run a team. He could coach. That's what I meant. There's something here about a man or a male identified person, or masculine energy that is dominating your fun, is in charge of games, is in charge of, this person could even be in charge of or more dominant in the bedroom as well, because they are like that kind of dom, kind of I'm in charge kind of person. You could be this person that's more dom in the bedroom. I don't know. It's just pure fantasy. It's innocent play. There's something here about, yeah, what you do in the bedroom is your business, I think. um, but also, this could be somebody trying to restrict your fun or control your fun in some sort of way. They're not coming in negatively. If it was in the reverse, I'd say, okay, this person's a tyrant and they're just being a bully. Maybe they have good intentions. However, they are the one that's like the referee of your fun. Something here about referee and fun. You might just have a lot of work that you're a lot of stuff that you're in charge of or that you're managing that's taking away your fun. And this man might be coming in to help you relieve you of your burden so you can have more fun. I'm not sure. If this is the person that is not doing well in the family, I feel like somebody is trying to get him to have some enjoyment as well. You're making an effort to kind of manage. Maybe he, if this is the person I'm talking about, maybe he has like is more of a scheduled fun person. There's a scheduling of fun. There's a managing of fun. All right, so activity day is on Friday where we do arts and crafts type situation. Also, if you are younger or in a family situation where there's very traditional kind of things about romance, somebody's father is very watchful of this man, of this young man. He's very ready to, when I say jump, you say how high. Don't do anything out of line. This person could be encroaching on a couple's fun. That's what I'm saying. Or this person is kind of taking the romance out of a situation because they're managing the relationship in some sort of way. Sixth house. You could be heartbroken. You could be heartbroken about some sort of activity that you do as a routine ending, whether it was some sort of class that you were taking and you finished it, or you could be heartbroken about something to do with a health situation. There is some sort of painful event that's coming in your job life, in your health life, in your day-to-day routine. And also, this can literally be an anti-aging procedure. You could be literally getting stuck with needles because you are trying to get Botox or filler or resurfacing done, and that's what this is pertaining to. And I do have the flower card, the bouquet nearby, and the bouquet speaks of beauty and aesthetics, so I just feel like that's what it is. If that's what it is for you, I just heard if I could turn back time, and maybe that's what you're trying to do. You might be heartbroken that somebody that you work with is going through a divorce or a breakup, and you see the pain that they're going through, and you wish you could just take it away from them. That's another thing I'm getting. There is some sort of loss or sadness over some sort of removing of something. There's something that's being taken away that's heartbroken in your work life, and your it literally could be as like your hour lunch is now cut down to a half an hour type situation. There's disappointment. A seventh house. There is new relationships on the horizon of all kinds. There's new jobs, commitments being made to them. There's new romantic relationships. I see that there. These romantic relationships could lead to marriage at some point. I'm not going to say yes or no. It's a general reading. It's just one of those things where you're also committing to a goal, a new financial goal within your relationships. So you guys could be talking about, like, by the end of winter, we want to have a new car. Let's get her done. Like, let's just go for it. Something about that. Eighth house. The Hermit in reverse. I think he has a crutch or a cane. It's like the Five of Pentacles to me, but in reverse. It's like feeling alone. Realizing you're not alone. Okay. So this could be a talent for mediumship of some kind. This can be a realization that there is more beauty and more depth to the universe, or to this. There's more to this world than meets the eye, is what I'm hearing. There's kind of like this kind of opening up and realization that there's more to everything. This is the house of the occult, the taboo, the metaphysical. So there's also the Hermit goes off to kind of get clear. We're analytical. I think that you're going to be finding some sort of wildlife, or some sort of medicinal use of plants that is going to be, maybe you're getting into smoking marijuana, or there's something here about something taboo as well, and the use of plants. Obviously I don't advocate anybody do anything with their body that has not been recommended by a doctor, a licensed practicing professional, so don't hold me out on that one. But yeah, I mean, maybe you're somebody that's been sick in the family, that's also been kind of draining the finances in some sort of way, or you've been ill for a short stint, and that's kind of affected the structure, the regimen of the family household in some sort of way. Maybe you're finding that smoking marijuana is helping you to feel better, and although it's like maybe you're from a traditional family and it's a little taboo, you're finding that it's helping you ease any pain that you're going through as well. And you might not need to look for it outside. You might be able to get a plant and plant it in your backyard as well. This is also analysis under a microscope. This is getting really deep. Like, we're talking down to like subatomic particles. With some sort of specimen, with something sort of beautiful about beauty. This is like digging into the past, digging beyond what is there. There's something here about finding beauty in the deepest and darkest of places, in places you normally wouldn't find it. Feeling very analytical about, like, you're peeling away an onion at the taboos and the mysteries of life, and there's like some sort of treasure or talent in this, some sort of this can be anything from metal detecting to archaeology to some sort of research that's into the occult or the taboo, or any kind of makeup, archive, like collecting and researching into some sort of cosmetics of some kind from the deep past, or there's something here about that. It's very, very deep into the beauty of things, the going beyond face value, seeing the beauty in the deep depths of something, discovering some sort of life that is very hidden. There's a beauty that's hidden here as well. This is also the house of surgery, so this is about getting deep with some sort of procedure, with some sort of needle, with that is about the face, or the rejuvenation of the face, or the aesthetics of something. There is this good luck will come to something, to someone that is walking away from something that doesn't emotionally serve them in order to gain quiet or peace. There is something about a needing to leave emotional baggage in the past and move forward into a more peaceful and quiet, or end a situation in order to find peace. This is also about ending, walking away from a spiritual practice or philosophy that is no longer emotionally fulfilling you. This is also about getting interested in the studies of life after death, what's on the other side of the door, what's on the other side, a death of somebody on the world sphere could bring this about, or yeah, there's some sort of ending in terms of people's spiritual beliefs, or the expansion of something ends because it's not emotionally fulfilling anymore. This is about abundance and prosperity too. So there's like, what doesn't emotionally serve me, I no longer want to hold on to, because I'm seeking something that is more emotionally expansive and fulfilling for me. So leaving one situation in order to gain more out of a situation, in terms of your spirituality, in terms of education as well. Maybe you are taking a course and it just you just can't wait for it to end, or you're stopping, you're ending one major and taking on another. There's something here about that. There's also the Eight of Cups is about travel. So you could be traveling a great distance to go to school, and ending local, ending local education. You've been saving up to go somewhere else, or there's something here about the growth or expansion of something you've been saving for a long time, and that finally coming to an end, and now you can go on to the next chapter in terms of your education. 10th house, there is a goal, or maybe your goal is to become a doctor, or your goal is to become some sort of healer of some kind, a counselor, therapist, a coach, a life coach. There's something here about blockages that are being removed in order to get to this point. You're chipping away at that mountain, you're getting towards that goal. There's something here about great heights and you attaining that, or you going for that. It's really challenging work, whatever this is, but it's good for the soul and it helps other people. Your friends, you might plan to meet, or you might meet a new friend out doing something, like going to the bank, or there's this kind of going to the farm and meeting somebody who you're going to be friends with. Maybe you go pumpkin picking, apple picking. I don't even know if it's this season. I'm sure it's coming into the season, actually. So there's something here about meeting up somewhere to get some resources, or some goods, it's speaking of that, service to others, receiving a service that is something to do with the beauty. So this is about getting some sort of beauty treatment, I think. There's just some sort of meetup with resources, involving resources with associates or friends. This could be like a trip to the farm, a pumpkin patch, apple picking. There is some sort of collective kind of group thing, social group thing, where you're going somewhere and doing something together that involves agriculture, or some sort of luxury of some kind, some sort of Venusian thing that's more natural, a natural luxury. So something like fruit from the vine type deal, going to a winery, or what do they call it? Oh my gosh. Winery is not the word I was thinking of. Is it? A wine tasting? A vineyard hopping? There's something here about that experience of being in nature and enjoying nature with friends. Meeting up with friends outside. This could have to do with some humanitarian effort as well, raising money, doing like that whole stand outside, raising money for Girl Scout cookies, selling cookies outside. Something here about that consumer and luxury at the same time, and being outdoors. All right, the 12th house. You are going to get more peaceful rest. You might be sleeping for 7 hours or more a night. You might be having some crazy, crazy dreams. They will be good in nature or pure in nature, innocent in nature. There is something here about that kind of sleeping peacefully. When you do get sleep, I don't know if you'll be with this situation. I don't know. There's a lot of responsibility going on with that person in particular, but somebody here is going to be getting some peaceful rest and sleep at night when they do finally fall asleep. There's something here about kind of hidden messages within dreams. These could pertain to career in some sort of way. If you have a career that's in the psychic field, you will be getting some messages that will help you in your career. Or there's some sort of grandparent figure that will come and visit you in your dreams, or send you signs and symbols in your dreams. You might be having a lot of different dreams back to back as well. There is some truth behind some of these dreams you'll be having. There is some merit to them, so maybe get a dream journal and write them down when you wake up. Keep it beside your bed with a pen. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Okay, so thanks for stopping by. I feel like you're in for kind of a mixed bag, but it seems good in a lot of ways too. It ends up being really good. I feel like if you're looking for peace, you find it. If you're looking for answers, you find them. Solutions to family problems, they come. There's some new beginning in finances. You could be doing something creative on the side, out of your home in order to make money. Finding a hidden talent as well that you can service and give to others. There's some sort of gem there. I think it's going to be good. Let me know in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe if you do so choose. And I look forward to seeing you next month. Bye.